Hi guys, it's John here with another earnings update, and this is for the month of April. So total amount earned in passive income this month is $388, or about £310, which is an increase from last month. We were getting, let's see, $8.74, just under £7, and we're now getting just over £10 a day and nearly $13 per day. So we're going up, which is good. And we do have a new project that has started paying out, and that is Aviate Finance. So we'll start at the top of the list and we'll work our way down and see what's been paying the best. So Aviate Finance to start with, we can see here, I invested $500, and this month we've managed to get a 1.85% return. So that's not brilliant in what was sort of, I'd say, it promised in inverted commas at the start of the project. And there has been a lot of FUD and all sorts of things going around with this project. But if you haven't seen it, then this is it here. This is basically a bot protocol where you buy the AVI token, you stake that, and then you get paid out in USDC. Now this is fully KYC'd and it has been audited. I must say I was very close on actually leaving this due to what was being said in the Discord. There were lots of announcements going on that the bots were all set up and we're going to be getting full rewards. And I don't know, it just seemed like, you know, things just weren't working properly. You couldn't claim your rewards for a couple of weeks. You had to do it via the blockchain directly. And I don't know, the whole thing, it just seemed very dodgy. And a lot of people did exit the ecosystem. And as I said last month, I think the guy running this, Joshua, is very trustworthy from what I can see and hear from him. But yeah, just some of the communications were not very good at all, and I was very close to actually leaving. But now apparently all the bots are configured and set up, and you can see here my 500 staked has earned me this $9.25 in the month of April. So you get paid once a week, and obviously links down to all of this in the description below. And if you do leave, you basically sell your AVI tokens that you have staked, and you basically lose 8% on them. So what I'm not 100% keen on with this project is the fact that you can get people buying the AVI token cheaper than $1, and then they get more rewards for doing so. So I understand it works the other way around, and it's better for the project if it's over $1 but under $1. I don't know, there's just something that just doesn't seem right about it, that you can get in a lot cheaper if someone sells a big chunk of the AVI token, and then you don't get any more rewards for the people who bought at the $1 mark before the project started. So I don't know, it just seems a bit of a sort of, it leaves a bit of a sour taste in your mouth. But yeah, people have been dumping this because of the various FUD that was going around, and just the lack of communication just seemed just to go on a bit too long. And like I say, people were selling quite a lot. I mean, this is just quite recently, but yeah, it's sad, but I can completely understand. Like I said, I nearly came out of this project because of what was happening. But anyway, they have now finally apparently got everything sorted. So for the first month, we got a 1.85% return, hopefully. And like I say, they're planning on getting at least 10% per month on your return here. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But so far it's done okay. And I just hope and cross my fingers that it continues the way it is. Another thing I wasn't too keen on is that they started saying they were going to invest in different Bitcoin miners and things. And, you know, the project hadn't even got off the floor yet. And they were saying about all these other things they're investing in, which I wasn't too happy about. I think just get the thing you've sold to people working first, and then, you know, have votes on what you do next. I understand spreading your risk amongst different projects, that's completely fine, but just get the thing working first and then talk about what you're going to do next, because just saying you're going to go and buy a load of Bitcoin miners isn't what people want to hear when they can't even claim their rewards. Anyway, I do have positive feelings for the future of Aviate. So yeah, hopefully now that things are now working in the D app and all the bots are now fully loaded with the money, hopefully things will be smooth sailing from now on. Right, so next up is Helium, and this has been a bit of an interesting one because we've migrated across to the Solana blockchain now, so it's a bit hard to work out exactly how much I earned. So what I've done here is convert it all to HNT. That includes my IoT tokens, which I've been earning. But yeah, sadly the Explorer is no longer working for Helium. So I'm currently using hotspotty.net to get the details here of each of my miners. And you can see here that they are now showing up as IoT earnings. So HNT is now stopped and they're now earning IoT. So next month it'll be fine. I'll just be calculating it in IoT. But yeah, they're doing okay as always. And this month, 11.9% return, which is a $44 return, which is pretty good really, considering the price of HNT is still quite low. Obviously, when I start converting this to IoT, things will be slightly different as well. Okay, so next up is Helium 5G, and I haven't added this to my total invested. This was a sponsored radio, as I mentioned in the video, but my 5G miner has earned 677,000 mobile tokens this month, which has a value of $175. So that's quite nice. That's a daily earning of just under $6. And again, I can see it here on the Hotspotty website here. We can see here the number of tokens earning. Don't forget, you obviously don't earn the full amount. This is all done through the Moken.io website. So you can see here, this is the Moken.io site. And again, this is the one that was given to me for the video, and it's been doing pretty well. You can see where it is. I do like this new 3D view they've got on the site. It's quite cool. But yeah, just take a look at my Moken video if you want to invest in a 5G miner. Don't forget, obviously, these are all based in America because nowhere else is currently allowed to install these 5G miners. I'm hoping it's one for the future. So again, if we go to the current value of the IoT token, well, it's actually gone up 156% in the last week or so. But yeah, I'm hoping that this will go a lot higher, obviously. And if it got anywhere close to $1 like HNT, then I'm going to be laughing and I'll be able to quit my job and go and live on a nice island somewhere. So yeah, fingers crossed for the IoT token. It does launch, I think it's tomorrow actually, the sort of beta of Helium Mobile. So people will actually start using the 5G signal coming from these miners. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes over the next month. So yeah, check out my Moken video if you want to get yourself set up with a miner as well. But so far, at the current price, it's doing pretty well here at $175. Not as much as I was expecting, or the estimates were, but still pretty good nonetheless. So that is a 7% return. So imagine if this was, getting closer to 8-10%, it'd take about 10 months to ROI at the current value. So yeah, it's not bad at all, I'd say. We'll move on now to Flux, and this has been doing okay. I'm still not very impressed with the amount that you get back from a Flux node. So the last month I got just under $6. Now, obviously that depends on the value of the Flux token. But yeah, in total, I haven't had a huge amount back. It's just under 1% per month currently as it stands. Right, so it's been another good month for Mysterium. As you can see here, 153 Myst in the last month. And that's $43, which is not to be laughed at really, because when you think about the fact this is literally sat there just using your unused internet, to get $43 for that is basically paying your bill almost. And you don't have to do anything. Just set up your Raspberry Pi and away you go. So that's really nice, and that's a 21% return on my original investment. Now we have a look at my Myst nodes here. We can see these have all been running for at least a month now, and my data center ones, so these ones and downwards, don't do brilliantly, but it's Myst that's being earned, which otherwise I wouldn't have. So that's about 7 Myst in total from my 4 VPS nodes here. Okay, so if we have a look here at my 2 lines at home, we can see here my super fast BT line here has done really well. So it's done 88 Myst in the last 30 days, which is really fantastic. And that is my 1 gig line, so it's 100 megabits per second up. So if you have a 100 megabit line up and down, you could easily earn 88 Myst per month, obviously depending on your location. My second line here, which is just a standard 60 megabit per second with 20 up, it's done pretty well as well. I mean, 58, it's still not bad at all. But yeah, you can really see here that the residential pays a lot more than the data center IPs. So yeah, if you're thinking of Mysterium, check out my video on how to set one up. I may even do an updated version because it is a lot easier now than it used to be. But yeah, Mysterium's done really well this month, and that has returned, like I say, 21%, which is 0.72% per day. So nothing to be laughed at there for Mysterium. Now, speaking of laughing, well, if I didn't laugh, I'd cry, is my SCPrime nodes here. So I had a massive problem, as always, with my Windows node. You can see here my lovely uptime of 69%. So the problem was, I don't know, there's some issue with the Windows version of SCPrime, and for whatever reason, it was down for over a week, which is pretty embarrassing, really. I obviously got the notification, but I then didn't action it, so I completely forgot. So that's really poor there, and I decided in the end I need to just make a script to just restart this service every couple of days, because I'm not having that again. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so this is really rough, and I'll quickly show you here what I did to just restart basically SCPrime. So I created a couple of horrible scripts here, which just go into the SCPrime software, stop it, wait for 30 seconds, and then just start it up with my script, my startup script. I had to do the same for the supervisor. So with the supervisor there, you have to kill it. So you have to kill it off, wait for a timeout, and then after that you call the start supervisor script that you've already got here. So all I did was add these in to my task scheduler here. So this runs basically every day at 5 o'clock. It's just going to kill SCPrime and restart it. And again, this runs afterwards. It will kill it off at 5 o'clock and just get it started again. So far, touch wood, I haven't had any more outages. As you can see, it just restarts every couple of days. I'm just fed up of this just going off. Anyway, I'll stop complaining about that. My Linux provider, as always, look at that. It's absolutely fantastic. It's done really well. And it earned 50.8 SCP last month. And our Windows one only earned 7.5. But that may kick me out of the rebate for the next, I think the rebates are coming in June. Anyway, that's SCPrime for the month of April. So $7 return, which would have been a bit more if I'd spotted my Windows node. We'll just skip over PlanetWatch, not interested in that at all. I did actually buy a new license with my sort of rebate tokens that I was given. So I have got a new license ready for my Kino, sorry, which is ready to apply in the next couple of months when it runs out. So I haven't had to pay for a new license, which is the main thing, because earning $8.50 a month when you're spending this sort of amount isn't very good, really. So we'll skip over these three a bit because there's not much to say here. They're just constantly running and earning money in the background. My internet sharing apps, I've got videos on all of these if you want to check those out. Those earn about $30 with my two ISPs I've got. And we've got obviously Nexo and uHodler, which I've got a bit of money in, earning a 10% APR and an 8% APR respectively. Right, so next up is Presearch, and it's done really well again this month, $25 for my 3 nodes, which isn't bad at all. So we can see here the amount of unclaimed pre. I did already claim 90, so I've added that on to the full amount. It's about 407 pre basically for the month of April, and that is with my 3 different nodes here. So that's not bad at all. I better claim this actually so that I can get an accurate number for next month. So yeah, Presearch is doing really well and potentially might put some more money into it at some point. I'm not doing too much investing at the moment, as you can probably tell. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, $25 for the month of April is quite nice indeed. Okay, so another frustrating month from Hydrowhales. Just $8.54 is about 0.003 BTC. And the reason apparently behind this low amount is something to do with Project 79. And this is why I get a bit annoyed about this, because projects that you go into start branching off and doing other things with your money that you invested in the original project, which I don't think is fair, really. I don't see why Project 79 should have anything to do with the Hydrowhales NFT part of the business. It should all be separate, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just being selfish, but yeah, the payout was really low this month, and that is the reason why, apparently. Something to do with investing in the Project 79, or something to do with Project 79, which again, I haven't got into because I don't trust that side of it at all. I don't know why, something just doesn't sit right with me there. But yeah, it was a 1.8% return here for Hydrowhales Club. So yeah, very disappointing, I'd say, overall for that project in general. Now, this is what delayed me starting to record this video, the Horde ZNFT payout. So quite a bit's happened with Horde recently, and they have been a bit more, let's say, positive with their news and announcements. They are actually doing stuff behind the scenes, and this is the biggest payout we've received for our ZNFTs. It's about $0.2 per rarity score on your NFT. So you can see here, I've now earned a total of $11. I haven't claimed at all yet, because the claim, whenever I go to claim this, it's just, you know, it's costing 28 cents to actually claim it. So I'll wait until it builds up a bit. It's pointless claiming it now. But they are at least sorting things out with the vault. And you can see here, I may make a separate video on this at some point, but they've got 100 BTC miners, which is quite impressive, really. And they are getting more added in. They've also got some KDA miners. They've got some bits and pieces showing here to actually see what's going on. So yeah, they are trying to get back on track with actually earning some money. So yeah, not brilliant returns obviously for the NFTs, but hopefully as things continue and things settle down a bit, we'll get better returns than 0.5% in a month. Okay, next up is JumpTask, and again, a standard sort of 1.19% this month. The token did drop quite a bit actually earlier in the month, but it has recovered mostly now. So that was a $1.38 earning on my 200 staked. Now they have actually opened some new pools here, which I personally don't recommend. You've got things that are locked here. They've got these locked pools. So this one's 12 months lock, 6 months. And I think, yeah, there's another one coming here, which is another 6 month lock. I just don't trust the token enough to lock it in for 12 months, certainly. But you can see here now, my fluid gainer here has dropped to 10% APR. So it's getting less and less attractive, let's say, to put money into the staking here for JumpTask. So it's a bit of a shame here. I don't know why they've decided to do this, whether they thought these were a good idea. These locked ones, I don't know, but it's not like you're earning, you know, if that was 40% maybe, 40 or 50%, then yeah, maybe people would put stuff into it. I mean, obviously people are putting stuff into this, but personally, that's just way too long in crypto to keep things locked up for a whole year. So next up is my Atomic wallet here, and just staking Atom, and earned $3.31. I do quite like this wallet. I haven't really done much else with it since staking my Atom, but you can see here, the total I've earned is 0.59 Atom, which is a plus 22% per year. So that's not too bad. And the Atom token itself hasn't been doing too badly either. If we have a look over here, it's recovered a bit from its low the other week, or the other month maybe. It hasn't done that well actually. Maybe it just looks better when it's green on the chart. But yeah, it's not doing too badly. I'll leave it in there. It's a couple $100. That's a 1.65% return. Now my Pancake Swap Cake USDT hasn't done very well this month. You can see here just $2.45. The value of cake did drop a fair amount, which is a bit sad to see. But again, this is just a sort of long burner. Just keep that in there. You can unlock it and unstake it any time. So yeah, it's still 1.19%, which is not bad for a month. But yeah, I'll just leave that in the background and just see how that comes on over the next year or so. Now Streamr node has paid, well, it hasn't actually paid out yet, but it's a 33% return, which is about 199 data tokens. They do seem to be having a few people in the Discord getting upset about the fact they're not really doing any marketing. The number of nodes don't seem to be growing that much, so I think they could certainly do with a bit more marketing to actually show off what they've got. But yeah, it's still a 2.68 return for this month when that finally arrives. But at the time of this recording, it hasn't arrived yet, but I have calculated how much it should be. Now, the good old Scarlet Chains rebate has had some fun and games over the last day or so. And let's just say people are not happy at all. They're now deciding this month that they're not going to add any more money into the rebate sort of pot. And they're just going to put in what was left over from last month. So I think it was about 17. In fact, I better just check before I make a mistake here. Okay, so yeah, $72,000, which was unclaimed, is going to be for this month's rebate, which it's just insane what they're doing here. And I don't know, people are just not happy at all. I think the previous month it was well over $100,000 in the rebate. Yeah, $171,000. And now there's no new money that's gone into the rebate. It's just the old money which people either forgot to claim or didn't claim for some reason. So yeah, people are kicking off in the Discord about that. So if you need a good cry or good laugh, then go and have a read of some of the comments there, because people are just getting, understandably, quite upset with this whole project. But anyway, so total, like I said earlier, $388, £311, which is about 4.9% on the month of April. So have I put anything else into here? Yes, I have. I did move the Element Data project into here. I just cannot be bothered to carry on with this. They've changed things so much from when I first started, and there's all these different bonds and things that you can buy before you get any payouts. It's basically a Ponzi scheme, and they were running out of money, so they had to, you know, change things up, and it's just insane. So I've left that. I just can't be bothered. I think everything else is the same. Everything else is on hold. Like I say, I might do a video on this at some point. They are doing quite a lot of work on their DEX and their vault here. Yield nodes, there was an update the other day. I haven't read it, but it wasn't very exciting. I skimmed over it. It wasn't very exciting. I will read it properly at some point. Wolf of Finance, haven't heard anything from there about the payouts for that, which is strange. All I hear is pre-send, which I'm not interested in. Great Finance is still very low, as are the Masternode bits and pieces. So yeah, everything else I think is the same as it was last month there. So yeah, I hope this video was useful. I do apologise if I was rambling on a bit, But yeah, hopefully you've got some decent information out there. So I guess the big winners this month are going to be Mysterium here with its 21% return, followed by Helium, that's still doing very well, just under 11%, and Helium 5G is 7%. And after that, we've got Presearch coming in at 6%. So some nice little earners there. So we'll see, we're still on our road to $50 a day, and we'll see whether we can add any more in May to actually get that to happen, or whether any of these start paying out properly. So yeah, we'll see whether we can get anything else up and running this month to add to that pot. I have thought about putting some more into Nexo, just getting this 10% APR. Not 100% sure yet. Obviously, this is a centralized exchange, which is quite risky nowadays, at least. So I'll have a think about that, but we'll see how we go from there. So yeah, I hope this was useful. If it was, please do like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave any comments you have down below. And if there's any new projects you think I should look at, leave them in the description and I will check them out. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.